Okay, so I don't know what order I'm going to put these videos in, but I want to talk about estimation. This is important when it comes to word problems, not just word problems actually. Um, Even if you're just doing a regular proportion that is already set up, and you're trying to solve for x or whatever the variable is, it's good to estimate what you think the answer will be, but it's especially important for word problems, I think. So let me make up an example. So I'm going to actually do this word problem, but I'm going to estimate it first. And then I'll make another video where I do more word problems, but maybe I don't focus so much on estimation. Okay, so we have a quart, which is 32 ounces of yogurt, has 920 calories. So 32 ounces of yogurt has 920 calories. How many calories are in a 5-ounce serving? Okay, so when you're doing word problems like this, it doesn't even have to be a word problem like this. This is a proportion word problem. It doesn't matter if it's a proportion word problem or any other type of word problem. One of the best things to do is try to estimate what you think the answer is going to be. That way when you do it, if you make a mistake and your answer isn't close to what you estimated, or if you think you made a mistake and your answer isn't close to what you estimated, you could probably think that you definitely did make a mistake and should start over. Okay. Now, I was tutoring somebody a few nights ago, and they weren't doing a problem like this. They were doing a totally different problem. It was a little bit more difficult, but still not that difficult. But it was a word problem. So I'm tutoring them, which when you're a tutor, you're supposed to give helpful suggestions. And I said, before you do the problem, no, she's like, how do you do this problem? I'm like, well, first guess what you think the answer's going to be. She's like, no, I'm not supposed to guess. I'm supposed to do the problem. I said, no, well, the first step is to guess to see what the answer is going to be close to. She's like, no, we're not supposed to guess. We're supposed to actually find the real answer. She didn't understand that I wasn't telling her just to guess what the answer was. I was telling her to make a guess at first to see what the answer might be like, and then to do the problem. So I'm not telling you to guess the answer. I'm telling you before you do a problem, it's a good idea to estimate what the answer is going to be. It's a legitimate step in solving most word problems. So if I have 32 ounces of yogurt and there's 920 calories, how many calories are in 5-ounce serving? Well, 5 ounces is quite a bit less than 32. Okay? So the amount of calories is going to be a lot less than 920. Okay? 32 is about 6 times more than 5. So I would expect there to be about 6 times less calories in 5 ounces. So 920 divided by 6, I'm going to just estimate that too, is about 160. So my estimate, I'm going to say it's about 160. Now, I know that the answer is not going to be exactly 160 because I really did just estimate it. I didn't try to figure it out. But my answer should be like in the neighborhood. If I wind up using a calculator or doing something and I get an answer that's like 1,000, 1,000 does not make sense. First of all, it's nowhere near my estimate. But how could there be 1,000 calories in 5 ounces if there's only 920 in 32 ounces? Okay. If you don't estimate though, and you aren't really paying attention, and you get an answer like 1,000, like because you punched something in wrong on your calculator or something like that, you might not realize that that answer makes no sense at all. So that's why estimation is a good first step to do. You should always have an idea of what your answer is going to look like. So now let's actually solve the problem. 32 ounces of yogurt. There's 920 calories. Okay, it didn't really matter what I put on top or bottom. I'm just putting the 32 with the 920 because 32 ounces of yogurt has 920 calories. Now over here, the fraction you make, it does matter what you put on top and bottom because it has to correspond to what you did over here. So since this was the ounces of yogurt, my ounces of yogurt have to go here. Well, I know that there's 5 ounces of yogurt, but I don't know how many calories that corresponds to. That's what we're looking for. So 32 ounces is 920. 5 ounces is what? So now you cross multiply. We talked about that in a video I did before. So that's 4,600 equals 32x. So now you have to divide each side by 32. Let me do my calculator. 143.75. Got an eyelash in my eye. Probably shouldn't be touching my eyes. Alright, so what was the answer? 143.75. X equals 143.75. Okay, so let me talk about another thing. Some reason, and I'm not talking specifically to anybody watching this video, for some reason in the past, I always have people that say, well, that can't be right. There's no such thing as 143.75 calories. Why not? There can be. Well, that can't be a fraction. There can't be a decimal. Yes, there can be. This is the answer. Okay? Our estimate was 160. This is pretty close to 160. I mean, it doesn't make me think that this is wrong, being that it's 16.25 away. Close enough that my estimate's what's off. This is the right answer. My estimate was off by a little bit, but that's because it's an estimate. It's still in the ballpark. So that leads me to believe that this is the correct answer. I didn't punch anything wrong into my calculator. So in 5 ounces of yogurt, there are 143.75 calories. You should label it. You should actually write a sentence too, but I'm not going to do that right now. Okay, so that was estimation, one example of how you should estimate when you're doing a word problem. Next video I'm going to do, or the video before this, probably I'll put this first since it makes sense. We're going to do a couple more word problems where we might estimate before or we might not.